beautiful morning, the little monkey Lily toddled after her dad into the backyard garden, carrying her watering can. Dad started to loosen the soil with a hoe in a neat little garden bed, and Lily stood beside him, watching every move. Seeing how interested she was, Dad gave Lily a small shovel. She immediately began to copy him, digging at the dirt with all her might. Sometimes even using both of her little hands.
Đây Linh nè. Nè Lily, lấy hạt giống đi. Lấy đi. Đúng rồi, mang qua đây. Mang qua đây. Đó, đi đây. Rồi, mấy hạt thôi nhá. Đây đủ hạt này. Lấy không nè. Nè. Mình cầm hạt này nhá. Mình cầm hạt này nhá Linh nè. Cầm ha. Này, đó, còn vào tay. Mình bỏ vào đây nhá. Bỏ vào đây này. Đúng rồi, xong mình lấy lấp lại này, mình lấp lại. Lấp lại. Đúng rồi, lấp lại. Giỏi. Đập nữa. Ở đây này. Đây vào đây này. Đúng rồi,
After Dad planted the seeds, Lily watched and copied him again, carefully covering the seeds with soil and patting the surface flat to make the garden bed look perfect.
Vào đây. Đúng rồi. Xuống. Đúng rồi. Giỏi lắm. Đúng rồi, đi ngoan. Đi giỏi. Xong rồi Ly. Xong rồi đấy.
When the planting was almost done, Lily grabbed her mini watering can and ran to the edge of the pond. She carefully scooped up a full can of cool water and hurried back to the plants.
Đây vào đây này. Đấy, bỏ vào đây này.
Dad helped her hold the can, and together they gave the thirsty new seeds a good drink, helping them get ready to grow.
Thấy không? Đấy, đây này, thấy chưa? Mình tưới vào cho nó lên nhá. Tưới lên cây nhá. Thấy chưa? Đó. Tưới vào những ô mình mới bỏ hạt đấy nhá. Rồi đi qua đây. Đây này, đây này. Rồi xong rồi mình đi về nhá, Linh nhá. Đi về đi. Đi, về đi. Nó cầm đi về, cầm này về trước nhá. Đi con, đúng rồi.
With the gardening done, Lily was so happy she had been able to help her dad with such a meaningful job. More than just a gardener, Lily wasn't just good at planting, she was also a talented duck herder. Dressed like a little farmer in a cute straw hat, Lily held a banana leaf like a flag and proudly led the ducklings to the small pond for a swim. Seeing the ducks paddle around happily, Lily even used a leaf to gently guide them, just like a real herder. After gardening, Lily and her dad took a walk to the small fish pond in the yard.
Trời ơi. Ly, nhìn này. Nhìn cá này. Nhìn cá này. Nó cạn hết nước rồi, nó cạn hết rồi kìa. Chưa? Nè, chết rồi. Bị cạn nước rồi. Bây giờ mình lấy xô nhé, mình lấy xô mình
Dad waded into the water and gently caught a goldfish to show Lily. She reached out curiously and softly touched the fish, looking very pleased.
Bây giờ lấy xô được cá nhá. Ly nhá. Đi.
The fish pond needed cleaning, so a rescue mission for the fish began.
Con ngồi đó đi. Ta lấy nước vào đây Ly nhé.
While Dad scooped out water with a bucket, Lily ran to get her little pink net to help.
Ly ơi, Ly. Này, con vào là con lấy cho ba cái vợt nhá, vợt cá nhá. Đi trong kia đi. Cá đi con. Đây ba nào. Rồi cảm ơn Ly nhá. Con ngồi đó chờ tí nhá.
Dad carefully lifted the small fish from the murky water and placed them in a tin box.
Kẻ bắt nha. Đó, được chưa nè. Đấy. Đó thì mình thay nước cho cá nhé Ly nhá. Này. Đây đi này. Nè. Thấy không? Kìa.
Lily watched closely, then waded in herself, skillfully catching a fish and putting it in the box.
Phía này đi nha. Nè. Còn Ly. Ly nè. Bây giờ mình mang cái này lên nhá. Đây đi. Này. Rồi. Bây giờ bắt xả nước vào đây nhá. Ly. Đi ra.
When it was time to refill the pond, Lily showed how clever she was. She ran right to the water valve and turned it on all by herself, making water flow from the green hose. Together, Lily and her dad held the hose and started to fill the pond back up. When the pond was almost full, Dad gave her a signal, and she quickly ran back to turn off the valve, completing her task perfectly.
Đó, qua đây mình thả cá nhé.
Now it was time to return their little friends to their clean new home. Dad and Lily gently released each
Wow.
goldfish back into the
Yeah.
clear water.
Này Ly này. Thấy không? Thấy chưa?
The ducklings were also let back in and splashed around happily in the fresh water.
Yeah. Người tặng kìa Ly à, thấy không? Thấy không? Thấy gì đâu?
Seeing all they had accomplished together,
Con đi lấy cám đi nhé.
Dad gave
Lấy cám,
Lily
lấy
a
cám đi nhé.
kiss to praise her for all her hard work. An adventure with a goat. After her work in the garden, Lily changed into a pretty pink dress and ran out to play with a special friend, the goat. She picked a big leaf to feed her friend. At first, Lily playfully teased the goat, pulling the leaf away just as it was about to take a bite. But soon, she happily let her friend enjoy the treat. Lily even grabbed some more food from the trough, not forgetting to taste a little herself to make sure it was good. Suddenly, an idea popped into Lily's head. She quickly untied the goat's rope and attached it to a small wooden cart nearby. Once everything was set, Lily climbed onto the cart, ready for an exciting ride. The goat began to pull the cart, starting with slow steps and then picking up speed, giving Lily a tour around the grassy lawn and along the stone path. She sat firmly on the cart, looking thrilled. When the ride was over, Lily climbed off and led her goat friend to a patch of grass to eat. After all the fun, the little farmer seemed to be tired. Lily found a rock to sit on for a rest. Finally, she lay right down on the ground, using the rock as a pillow and her hat to cover her face, and took a sweet nap in the quiet garden. Harvesting the fields. After her afternoon nap, Lily went out to the fields with her dad again.
Mấy nay mình đi thu hoạch bắp với Lily nhé. Thấy chưa? Đây này bắp sắp chín rồi đó. Mình đi bắt bắp ăn là vừa rồi ha. Nha.
They walked down a small path between rows of green plants to get to the sweet potato patch.
Đây Ly. Đây nhé.
When they arrived, Dad sat down and started digging with a small hoe. He kindly showed Lily how to hold it, and together they dug in the dirt, searching for the sweet potatoes hidden underground.
Đây Ly này. Đây này. Thấy không? Thấy chưa? Cảm giác mưa đi nhé. Nhé. Đây này. Con lấy đi. Lấy khoai đi. Đây này. Lấy đi.
Before long, Dad found a
Yeah.
very big sweet
Oh.
potato. He showed it to Lily, who looked surprised and delighted. Lily copied him, using her tiny hands to dig in the dirt for more potatoes.
Đây Ly này.
Whenever Dad
Cảm ơn.
dug one up, she would carefully take it and place it in her pretty white basket.
Cầm mới này thấy không? Này. Con cầm đấy. Đúng rồi, con bỏ rổ đi. Bỏ rổ đi. Bỏ rổ đi. Đúng rồi, giỏi lắm. Ly giỏi lắm. Ba đi ngồi đi, ba đi ngồi. Ba đi ngồi. Đây, ba đi ngồi. Đây, ngồi đây con, ngồi đây. Ly ngồi đây. Đúng rồi, giỏi. Có đào không? Đào cùng không? Đây củ nữa này Ly này, nè. Thấy không? Thấy không? Thấy không? Nè. Lại mất miếng rồi. Nè. Bỏ đồ đi con.
Just
Bỏ đồ
like
đi.
that, with one digging and the other gathering, they soon had a basket full of sweet potatoes.
Cái này không mưa nhá, Ly nhá. Hết rồi, hết rồi, hết rồi. Cái này không mưa. Rồi sau mình ra đào tiếp nhá.
When the job was done, Dad carried Lily in one arm and the heavy basket of sweet potatoes in the other. They left the garden happily, bringing home the sweet rewards of a hard afternoon's work. Working in the rain, a light rain began to fall, but that couldn't stop Lily's farming spirit. Inside the house, she climbed a wooden cabinet, grabbed her familiar straw hat, put it on, and confidently walked out into the yard.
Beep, beep.
She went straight to the garden, where her dad was already working.
Đi đâu Ly? Ừ? Đi đâu vậy? Hả? Đi đâu đấy? Ừ? Ly đi đâu đấy? Không ở nhà trên tivi à? Hả? Ở nhà trong nhà chứ? Ra trời nắng lắm nha. Nắng lắm thấy chưa? Ừ? Ồ, xem mũ này. Thôi Ly ở đây chơi nhé. Chơi ba làm nhé, chưa? Đây chơi con, đây chơi đi. Ngồi đây chơi đi.
Lily immediately got to work, using her tiny fingers to pull out every single weed in the garden bed. Sometimes, out of curiosity, she would even pop a blade of grass into her mouth for a taste.
Xong rồi Ly hả? Đi ba bảo này. Đây ba bảo. Ai xà. Giúp ba tí được không? Ừ? Giúp ba tí được không?
After they finished weeding, Dad picked Lily up for a quick cuddle, then gave her a new mission to go get some sweet potato vines for planting. Lily happily accepted and crossed through the banana trees to the sweet potato patch.
Oh.
She diligently gathered a big bundle of vines and dragged them back to where her dad was waiting.
Ôi, giỏi quá Ly hả? Ừ? Trời ơi. Nhiều rau đấy Ly ạ. Ừ. Nhiều rau đấy. Nó bắn rổ tùm lum rồi Ly. Ừ. Đây này, trồng đây nha. Đây này. Đó, mình trồng ở đây
At a
nha.
new patch of soil, Dad began to show Lily how to plant. He used a trowel to dig small holes, placed the vines inside, and covered them with dirt.
Lấy đi con, mang qua đây. Ừ, cảm ơn con. Trời ơi, giỏi quá.
Lily watched very carefully and then copied him, even using a toy shovel to pat the soil down around the new plants.
Ừ, giỏi lắm, cảm ơn. Lily lấy con nữa đây. Lấy nữa đi. Đây đây. Giỏi, cảm ơn Ly. Ly lấy cho ba cọng nữa đi. Đúng rồi, mang đây ba. Ồ, cảm ơn Ly nhá. Kia đấy kìa, kia đấy kìa. Đúng rồi. Cảm ơn nhé, đâu đây? Đây hả? Đó, Ly giỏi quá. Đây nữa Ly. Hả? Đây. Ồ, rồi cảm ơn Ly. Đó. Cây đẹp không? Nè. Được không? Lấy đi đi ơi. Con lấy đi. Rồi cảm ơn Ly nhé. Sắp xong rồi đấy. Ừ. Con lấy một lần là đủ luôn đấy Ly ạ nhé. Rồi xong mình trồng nữa là xong nhá. Lấy đi đi ơi. Đây là có củ của Ly nhá. Chưa? Rồi có rau ăn là có củ nhá. Được rồi Ly ơi, xong rồi. À, bắt tay cái nào. Cảm ơn ạ.
When the last row of vines was planted, the job was done.
Rồi, vô đi.
Dad put on his big straw hat, and the two of them walked away from the garden together, finishing an afternoon of productive work despite the rain. Lily's special missions. This time, Lily got a special mission to complete all by herself. Wearing her straw hat, she pulled a cart with a blue basket across a dry field to the carrot patch. When she got there, she started working right away, carefully pulling the weeds around the plants. Before long, she had found and pulled up a big carrot, and she happily put it in her basket. To search more effectively, Lily used a small stick to poke the ground, then went back to digging with her hands. She worked with great focus and patience. Every time she found a carrot, she carefully placed it in her basket.
Ahem.
Soon the basket was filled with fresh, delicious carrots, a reward for Lily's hard work. Mission accomplished, the little farmer proudly pulled her cart full of produce back home. After harvesting the carrots, she and her dad continued their work in another part of the garden.
Qua đây Ly, qua đây. Chậm tới Ly.
This time, their goal was the chayote squash on the high trellis.
Oh, I think we can harvest the chayote, sell it, and get money.
Tháo vào đây nào. Đây, tháo vào đây.
Without a moment's hesitation, Lily scurried up a bamboo post.
Yeah.
Seeing her dad waiting below with a basket, she picked a squash and dropped it down.
Đấy đi.
To reach more, Lily climbed right onto the trellis, hanging upside down like a circus performer, as she continued to pick squash and drop them to the ground.
This is my forte, nothing difficult.
Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi Ly, kia nữa Ly. Đúng rồi, đây qua đây.
When she was done, she climbed down, diligently picked up every squash, and filled the basket her dad was holding.
Kia nữa kìa. Đây Ly. Đi giỏi quá. Kia đấy con. Kia. Đây Ly. Kia đấy kìa, bên kia. À, đúng rồi. À, kia đấy kìa con. Kia Ly, kìa. Thấy không? Đúng rồi. Rồi, thôi đi về nhé. Vất nguyên một sọt luôn. Thôi bây giờ mình đi bán nhé. Cái quần áo bẩn hết rồi này.
Seeing the
Lát về
full
bây giờ quần áo cho Ly nhé.
basket, her dad
Nhá, để
proudly
công cho Ly chưa?
adjusted the little bow
Đi
on
về
her
nhé.
shirt.
Đi. Đi nào Ly.
Lily once again showed off her amazing climbing skills by quickly scaling a tall papaya tree.
Chị Chín đâu Ly? Chị Chín đâu? Đây, xuống đi con. Xuống đi hai đậu đi. Đi qua đây.
However, there were no ripe papayas, so she climbed back down. Right after, she and her dad moved on to the beanstalks. Lily climbed up again, picking long beans and placing them in the basket her dad held.
Rồi, đúng rồi Ly ơi. Đấy, lấy cái đó đi Ly. Lấy đi con, mang đây nhá. Đúng rồi, mang qua đây con, lấy qua đây. Giỏi lắm, kia đấy kìa. Đây đi đây, đây. Đấy, đúng rồi, mang đây. Giỏi.
Finally, they harvested mustard greens together.
Mấy rau này Ly này, đây này. Đây ha. Làm một ít rau nhá. Cho cải luộc đi ăn nhá.
Lily sat in the middle of the patch, pulling up each plant herself. She even curiously inspected the roots of a plant she had just
Ly,
picked.
bỏ xuống đi con, lấy cái cây kìa. Đây Ly. Chỉ Ly này, cầm đây này.
Dad sat down to help,
Hái rau đây nhá.
showing Lily how to choose the best greens and even letting her
Đúng
taste a little
rồi, giỏi
piece.
quá. Thấy chưa? Hái rau mình hái như vậy nhá. Nhiều cái cây luôn ha. Kìa, cây kia đấy kìa. Hái đi con. Đúng rồi, mang vào đây. Đúng rồi, đây cho ba nè. Lấy nữa đi. Mang đây. Mang cho ba nè. Đúng rồi, giỏi lắm. Rồi, đi nào Ly ơi. Đi thôi. Đây. Đi nào. Cho ba nữa nào. Ui dồi, bay rồi. Đi nào Ly ơi. Đi nào. Lily.
With a basket full of fruits and vegetables, father and daughter happily left the garden, walking up the steps to go back home. The egg collector. After a busy day, Lily decided it was time for a little fun. She ran to a water pump, climbed on top, and played with the cool stream of water. When she was done playing, she ran across a wide lawn to a small wooden house where the chickens lived. Inside, Lily climbed up to the windowsill and sat peacefully, looking out at the yard. Soon she spotted a basket full of fresh eggs. She curiously went closer and carefully picked one up to look at it. Suddenly, a wonderful idea struck. Lily ran out of the coop, went inside the house, and came back with her familiar blue basket. She returned to the coop, placed her basket next to the eggs, and began her mission. As she was gently and skillfully moving the eggs one by one, a cluck-cluck came from the chicken coop, as if a rooster was protesting. But Lily, looking like a professional harvester, paid it no mind and continued her work. When her basket was full, Lily rested for a moment, her face beaming with pride. Finally, she carefully picked up her basket of eggs, walked out of the coop, and crossed the lawn to bring her prize home. The cluck-cluck sound came again, this time sounding a bit pouty. But Lily just smiled, satisfied with her accomplishment. Lily, the mischievous little monkey, was fast asleep in her cozy bed. She drifted into a strange dream where she saw herself comfortably perched on the toilet, taking care of business. However, when her bright eyes opened to a new day, Lily froze. A small, damp spot on the mattress made her little heart start pounding. Without a moment of panic, she became determined to erase the evidence, and her secret plan began. First, she quickly pulled the blanket off her teddy bear friend.
Oh.
Then carefully gathered the clothes that had unfortunately gotten wet. With the evidence in hand, Lily scampered into the bathroom. She placed the clothes in a bowl, added some soap herself, and began her laundry mission. Her tiny hands scrubbed vigorously, then wrung out every last drop of water with all her might, showing a surprising amount of focus and care. Once the washing was done, Lily didn't forget the final step. She carried the clean, damp clothes outside. With the help of a little red stool, she carefully hung each piece of clothing on the line, secretly hoping the sun would help keep her secret safe. Everything was going smoothly until her dad's familiar figure appeared. He walked outside.
Ly ở đấy. Này mới đặt. Lily. Lily.
Then went into the room and began tidying up the bed. From behind a yellow door, Lily hid herself, her big round eyes full of mischief, as she watched her dad's every move. Her heart beat excitedly, waiting nervously to see if her little secret would be discovered. After secretly watching her dad clean up her crime scene, Lily couldn't contain her excitement. She rushed back to the bed and jumped around playfully, as if celebrating a silent victory. After running around the house for a bit, she found her favorite yellow beanbag chair.
Beep, beep.
Sitting there, the little monkey looked out the window, thoughtfully watching the raindrops fall. The gentle rain seemed to spark a new idea in Lily. After a moment of thought, Lily left her chair, ran around the house,
Go!
and skillfully climbed onto the kitchen counter. The little monkey was ready to play the part of a master chef. With curiosity, she picked out vegetables from a basket and carried them over to the stove. She cleverly put the vegetables in a pot, then got water from the filter and carefully poured it in.
Oh! Okay. Great job!
Finally, Lily put the lid on, turned on the stove, and watched the pot begin to boil with a look of pride and deep concentration on her face.
Yay!
But what was even more amazing was how diligent Lily was. After cooking, she didn't just leave. She grabbed a paper towel and started cleaning up, wiping the kitchen counter and even the floor around it.
Ready, set, and go!
She meticulously tidied up a small table and threw the trash in the bin, showing a surprising sense of tidiness. With her chores done, Lily returned to her beanbag chair to watch the rain again, making all sorts of cute faces. A little later, she ran toward the bathroom.
Oh my gosh!
There, Lily climbed onto the toilet to take care of her business. A moment both clever and adorable. While Lily was in the bathroom, her dad came home, taking off his raincoat as he walked into the kitchen. He was surprised to see the pot of vegetables boiling on the stove. With a look that was half amused and half exasperated, he turned off the gas. At the same time, in the bathroom, Lily was innocently finishing up, completely unaware that her kitchen masterpiece had been discovered. The next day, Lily was on her yellow beanbag chair again, fascinated by a cooking show on TV.
Great job.
With an eager look in her big, round eyes, she decided to try her hand at cooking again and dashed straight for the kitchen. Her tiny hands scrambled onto the counter. She tried to open the oven, but it wouldn't budge.
Beep, beep.
Not giving up, she found a cardboard box, used it as a step to climb higher, and reached for the cabinet above the sink.
Oh, yeah.
After a bit of a struggle, Lily finally managed to grab a bag of flour. But then, disaster struck. The bag fell, scattering
my
white
gosh!
powder all over the counter and the floor, creating a chaotic mess.
Oh.
Sitting in the middle of the white powder, Lily looked around with a dazed but adorable expression.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Knowing she was in trouble, the clever monkey quickly grabbed a skateboard.
Oh my gosh.
With a mischievous glint in her eye, she lay down on the board and used it as a getaway
Great
vehicle,
job.
surfing over the flowery patches on the floor. As she made her escape, after her daring escape, she quickly ran to the bedroom.
Oh.
She was about to dive under the covers to hide, but then her clever eyes darted around. Too obvious, she might have thought. Changing direction, she darted towards the wardrobe and dove inside. Hiding among the clothes and holding her breath, waiting to see if her secret was safe. On another beautiful morning, the little rascal woke up in her yellow beanbag chair, already plotting her next adventure. With a graceful leap, she landed on top of the bright yellow fridge where she found another bag of flour. Her hands tore it open, even tasting a little as it fell. And she happily tossed the powder all over the floor. With the bag in hand, she continued her journey, creating a white trail across the floor and leaving little flour-covered footprints as proof of her mischief.
Oh my gosh!
But then, in a surprising turn, Lily grabbed a light blue cloth and began to wipe the floor, perhaps to hide the evidence before an adult found out. She worked hard, even though the floor was still a mess. Lily paused and put a hand to her head, as if trying to remember something or think of a new
Oh
plan.
my gosh!
She then scurried over to a yellow cabinet and, after a struggle, squeezed inside. While her dad was outside feeding a goat, Lily peeked out, her eyes wide with worry, She knew she had made a mess and was afraid of being caught.
Oh my
But then she seemed to realize her hiding spot was too familiar. She quickly scrambled out of the cabinet and, ignoring the flurry floor, came up with a bolder idea. She ran to the fridge, pulled the door open with all her might, and quickly climbed inside, curling up in a corner and hoping this would be the perfect hiding place.
Lily, Ly ơi, Lily.